Okay, welcome YouTube. This is IkeOnThe808. The other half of Now and Then. I am going to do a short review on Scary Movie 6, or Scary Movie that came out. I think it was. Hold up. I think it came out on the 5th. I believe. Yeah, I believe it came out on the 5th. Well, with that being said, a lot of controversy has been had. A lot of people don't really care for it. Hold on, let me move my camera a little bit. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, so like I was saying, man, people didn't really care for the movie apparently as much as a lot of other folks did. He said it was okay. A lot of people said the plot of the movie was kind of obscured, and so was the jokes. They said the jokes were kind of corny. I wouldn't say they were corny. I would say they would be on point with what's going on today and within enough ease to go across the whole crowd, so everybody can pretty much watch this movie without some type of offense going on. I think that's another reason why they should have brought them back into it anyway, because I thought this whole movie was nice. It was a brilliant movie for them to bring into this generation with all the problems that they have, right? So like in the beginning, they show you pretty much everybody as a older person, so like here on the screen I got Shorty, right? So Shorty is is my main character. I love Shorty is hilarious because Shorty is a pothead that has no idea about the other things that's going on. Like, he's hilarious. Hold on. I think, yeah, let's play the beginning part of this.
Mom, Santa gave me a severed arm. Be sure to thank him. What the?
I had been preparing for this for years.
So a lot of people are gonna have a problem with that. The little girl cussing when she picked up the, well, dang, you can't even say that. Well, yeah, it's genitalia. When she picked up the genitalia, you feel me, the anatomy of the human body. She picked it up and she looked at it. She was like, "WTF?" and she threw it back down on the table. But like even the Santa Claus was wild. Like it all touched on different horror movies in a sense to where you can look at it and be like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, that's, even though it's an old movie, I'm glad they brought it into this new generation of horror movie. But this is a parody type of horror movie, so a lot of people don't get into it like that, but I love it. So I'm a
Years. Hello, Mother.
Okay, once again, for those that don't know, Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween. I don't know, because they got 7 of those, I believe. I don't know how many of those it is. Either way, this is Jamie Lee Curtis's character, played by Honor Fierce. She of course is Cindy in Scary Movie, but it's just the depiction of them being older, them going through another time, another trial of the killer showing up again, type of thing.
You look like shit.
We back. Okay. Behind me, this person. Matter of fact, the little man behind me in that red jacket, for those that know, is Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat was brought into Scary Movie. I think that was a great addition for all of the new generation, because a lot of the streaming that goes on now takes place or has taken the place of reality television, so people can watch it just like regular TV. It comes with ads, but this way you can be more interactive. So them putting Shorty into the mix of this makes so much sense for him wanting to be a younger version of himself, or trying to be a younger version of himself. So he's tapped in with the streaming world, and he's friends. The man's friends with the killer. Okay, he was in the very first movie too, so he was friends with the killer, and he came back. As you can see, he's behind him in the thing, and it looks stupid. Like everybody together doing a cameo. Like this was peak. I think this is peak genius to be able to incorporate all of these people, all of these different things, ideas, and then make it work. Like that's the hardest part, is to make all of this gel together and work. How it all fits like a puzzle.
There's a serial killer on the loose.
I'm just so happy that the old gang is back together.
I can't feel my face.
Bro, you cook, son.
Who are you? John Wick?
Now for me personally, yo, there you go. That's my boy. That's my boy, Doofy. Yeah, they brought Doofy back in his Officer Doofy, Special Officer Doofy at that. Feel me? Like there's a lot of, I won't even say cameos, because a lot. This is just like watching if Scary Movie 1, 2, and then like this probably should have been 4, because 3 still had most of them in it, except for except for the Wayne's family. Okay. So yeah, so it would have been like a hiatus from like 3, and then 4 would have been like this, the final countdown to see what they would have came up with. Like I would have probably, like, if they could have made 3 still, but like I said, 3 should have been just kind of like a midpoint somewhere in there to see that other people were doing stuff within the lifetime of the killer going through the first 2 movies, like the first movie. This one is a continuation of 1, but like years after the fact. So this is basically a spin-off Michael Myers, to be honest. This is a whole Michael Myers setup for this. Like everyone's older, they come back, they're trying to be a part of it. I think Brenda was a brilliant character they played in here. Her being the older black mom now, you feel me, like that. I think that role, she took on that role very well and showcased it excellent. I loved it. I won't even lie to you. I loved it. It was absolutely phenomenal. Doofy showing back up was crazy. Who else that let's see. So I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil everything, okay? Because you got to see it for yourself to believe like half of these people was still in it.
Isn't that Gwyneth Paltrow crap that makes you smell like garbage, is it? Red light! Ha! You moved!
Groceries 249 eliminated.
Hey there, we heard tell of a Halloween party. We're here to drink, play bad music, do some half gay shit.
Why just half gay?
This, another person I waited for. So out of Shorty, Doofy, of course the killer himself, seeing Cindy and Brenda, I think Ray being in here was a great addition, because what Ray went through what Ray went through in the first and second movie, as far as his identification of as a character, we all grew to love Ray as who he was, for who he was. This just brings you more, it makes you really, really, really love Ray. It makes you really want to be a friend of Ray, understand Ray's background, his history, but it also makes you a little cautious of Ray. Okay, it makes you want to keep him a little bit of at a distance, at bay, because Ray's a little wild. Okay, he didn't wear this outfit for the reasons that we all thought he wore this outfit. Okay, so but you got to watch the movie in order to even understand that part.
Sink into the chair.
What are you waiting for?
Finish her.
What are you waiting for?
Little Hand Man was in there. Okay, I didn't know. I forgot if they were going to show that in the trailer or not, but for sure he had his moment.
Finish her.
What would Halloween be without Jamie Lee Curtis? Or Scream be without Nev Campbell?
That would be Scream 6. Hello, Tuesday.
I want to smile up your face. Stop smiling.
This is the mental ward. Everyone smiles in here.
Okay.
You just invite us in.
Why you need an invitation? White folks show up to parties uninvited all the time with their little nasty ass casseroles.
My God, he stabbed her!
Hold on, bro. Hold on. The play from that spinoff of Sinners. First of all, having Ray, Shorty, and Brenda come to the door. That's a ultimate trio right there, as is. I'm about to say, but they're all related. Yeah, never mind. I forgot. I mean, I don't really. Well, they're not, because Ray and Brenda was dating. Was it high school or college? Probably both. And then Ray just shows up at some point. Okay, so that just all right. I had forgot about that. But they all showed up as if they was like all brother and sister now. Like that's just kind of how they treating each other.
Not her! My pronouns are they, them. He stabbed them! Somebody help! Help!
Hold on, no, that train scene. If y'all get to that train scene, y'all see that, that's a crazy one too, because that's got a lot of cameos of different people that you may have seen like recently in different circuits. So if you look at like different comedians or entertainers, like I said, even Cassinet showed up as a streamer or now a fashion icon, because I believe that he's going to be well on his way to do that. If he's setting his mind to it, okay, you can do it, any of it. I believe he can do all of it. So Kai, keep working on it, keep heading for bigger things, bigger and better things, to be honest. And keep bringing your boys with you and giving them the recognition, because I love seeing that you always love to give them praise as much as you can. So keep doing that for sure.
Bitch! We on break! So you handle yours. I'll be right over here eating my falafel and my pork rind.
Yeah, she was lit. She was definitely lit. Oh my gosh, yeah. There's a part that we all feel as 9-to-5 workers when something happens after you've just finished doing something, and then you just like, you know what? Nah. So when you get to that part, like just I believe it was one of her best. I think one of the best jokes that they had as far as being relatable to your regular everyday person. She is I think she took on this role great and played it phenomenally, with all the antics that went on in the background still. I thought it was a good movie, okay? The showcasing that everybody gave, I feel they gave a good try, you feel me? Even seeing the relatives of whomever and children being in here, like kids from their generation, their kids in this generation making like this so-called, new franchise, which would be cool, but I don't really know how it would play over. So I would think they should probably stick this one out. Let's just see how the rest of the world feels about this, because it did 105 million opening weekend, I believe, like on its opening, which is like freaking ridiculous. Hold on, let me see if I read that right. Yeah, it did come out on the 5th of June. Come on now. Box office scary movie opening is made over. Oh goodness. Okay, so 105 on in the millions is what we looking at right now. So 105 right now is what Scary Movie 6 Scary Movie 6 has done since the 5th. So what? That's 3 days. That's today that I'm recording this is the 8th. So that's crazy, to be honest. That's wild. They did that in a few days. They doing it. I love that they brought them back into this. So I hope it continues. Maybe not for this particular series, but I would love to see the Wayans get into more comedic horror. Because A Haunted House with Marlon Wayans in it, hilarious. Haunted House 2, just as funny. I think it had a lot of. I don't know. Each one had its own memorable moments. I'll say that, because you can't give. I won't give a placement to either one of those, because I think both of them are phenomenal movies. But those were definitely needed. I think they took place of the Scary Movie franchise that they had going on, you know. So I think that when he came in and stepped up to the plate for that, it became something completely different like that. And I would love to see a White Chicks too. Maybe not, of course not with, you know, them being, they don't have to be the White Chicks this time, but like I would love to see a development where they are in it and it's something like that. Maybe they could work something towards that. I don't know. Maybe they already got it in the works. I hope it is. Marlon, if you watch this, I hope you do.
Acting so scared, the gun ain't even loaded. I did it again. Come on.
Man, you ain't Micah. Micah's got a monkey.
I got a llama.
Come here.
Okay. Oh.
I can moonwalk.
Now, as far as the plot, people forget that Scary Movie is supposed to be a conflict of interest. Like, so it's always gonna have scenes that go back and forth between stuff at all different points of time. So there's never a moment where you're looking at it and you're just like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the very next scene. You don't know, you don't know that because that's what you're assuming until you see something different and you just like, well, what is this? And it's a break in the plot just for you to think about something differently, which still brings you back to the main characters. So at some point, it all came back together. I can't say in particularly what, but I can tell you for a fact that it did come back together. Okay, like I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it made sense to I think it made sense to a point. Okay, it was not supposed to be this generational like horror movie. That's what I think people were looking for, like an actual horror movie, and that's not what this is. This is literally a parody of horror movies, but it's a comedic horror movie. So it's I don't know, man. It's a lot that goes into it as far as not accolades, but different categories you could put this in. Maybe it's best, maybe it's not. I don't know, but to be honest, people that were having a problem with the jokes, I can see probably why some of them are corny, I guess, but at the same sense, I know a different sense of humor than most folks. So the sense of humor that a comedian has is a different type of timing than your average everyday person. So it might not have to do with a right now joke. It probably could be something that you think about or it comes up later. So it's all a part of the process for them, man. I think they did a great job. Even putting Kenan Thompson in it being being Jermaine Jackson. That was hilarious. I thought that was the funniest part. Like one of the funniest parts. Not because, well, that's why. No reason, because he just kept messing the stuff up. So I just think, man, it worked out for them. It made $105 million in 2 days. I want to say, let's just say 2 days. Let's really just say 2 days, because I know people are going to go and see it today too. So we'll have to see what all that racks up to be probably at the end of this week. So I know it'll probably be different, but hey, man, I enjoyed it. It was a great movie, man. I thought it was awesome. You feel me? So with all that being said, look, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Be notified that we're dropping more videos. We'll see everybody in the next one, man. Go check out this movie, y'all. This movie was funny, I'm telling you. Like, it's in theaters right now, so for the lot that can't go see it in theaters, wait for it to come out on these streaming services and go ahead and just definitely take a good crack at it, because it's interesting. It is, you know. Don't put your hopes into it for it to be something like Nope or Get Out, because that's not it. You know, look for like a haunted house in the first Scary Movie and the second Scary Movie. They did their thing. I think they did what they were supposed to. So till the next one, everybody.